God, it's Friday. Good morning. It's Friday, 23rd February 2024. If you're celebrating birthdays, of course, we are celebrating with you right here at THG Network, THG News Today. And of course, for those of us who are celebrating another day of living, certainly we give God thanks and praise for his goodness and his mercy towards us. The news this morning, of course, is brought to the kind sponsorship of Carl & Sons, but we will get right to the news and you'll see Carl & Sons right after the news this morning. Yeah? Oh, did I say my name? Mervyn Henley. THG News Today with Mervyn Henley. Next Friday, I believe we're going to have a guest right here on THG News Today. But let's get right to the news. And this is a press release. So I'm just going to read it as a press release and I have one or two things to say about this. According to the SKNIS, that's the Government Information Service, in a significant move underscoring its commitment to fiscal responsibility and equitable treatment of its senior officials. These guys have nice words, boy, for these things. Equitable treatment. In other words, if civil servants can get a raise, we can have one too. We must get one. Let's continue. The National Assembly of St. Christopher and Nevis on Thursday, February 22nd, unanimously adopted a resolution to accept the recommendations made by the 2019 Salaries Review Commission for the adjustment of senior parliamentary officials' salaries. These include the Governor General, members of the National Assembly, including the Speaker of the National Assembly, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, Prime Minister, Ministers of Government, the Attorney General, and the Leader of the Opposition. This resolution, moved by the Honorable Garth Wilkin, Attorney General and Minister of Justice and Legal Affairs, marks a pivotal step in acknowledging the dedication and hard work of senior parliamentary officials. Now, Honorable Attorney General, the jury is still out on that part about hard work of senior parliamentary officials. The jury is still out on that. Let's get back to business here. It is noteworthy that this adjustment comes after nearly 2 decades without an increase, with the last adjustment made in 2005. The decision to adhere to the 2019 Review Commission's recommendations rather than implementing immediate extensive salary adjustments reflects the administration's prudent and careful fiscal management, especially in the wake of the economic challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. Furthermore, the adoption of this resolution reiterates the government's commitment to regular, transparent reviews of parliamentary compensation. The government acknowledges that reviews should be conducted every 3 years to ensure that compensation remains fair and reflective of the economic realities and responsibilities of the roles. This move sets a precedent for future administrations to follow, ensuring that the welfare of those who serve at the highest levels of government is continually assessed and addressed in a timely and fair manner. The Honorable Garth Wilkin emphasized that this resolution is not just about adjusting salaries, it's about valuing leadership, dedication, and the significant sacrifices made by senior parliamentarians. And the release go on and on. I'm not going to continue to read all of it with respect. The point has been made that salaries will be increased, I think, as of March 1st for these parliamentarians and the Speaker of the House and Deputy Speaker and the Governor General. I'm not going to deal with the sink its end right now, but I just have to say this though. In Nevis, people are struggling. People are really having a hard time in Nevis. And I believe the government, the cabinet of the Nevis Island administration, they don't want to hear that. They get upset when you speak like that, when you say things like people have it hard on the island. They don't like to hear that. They take it very personal because for some reason, because their lives are good, because they're able to cook lobster, because they're able to do all the fancy things and travel the world and can do whatever they want with their monies and purchase all the most expensive gifts for women and all of that. So they believe that life is good. But they're right. Life is good. But life is not good for, I must say, for hardworking Nevisians. Young mothers, single parents, they're struggling. So how do you feel to refuse salary increases and the increments, your frozen increments for civil servants? You say you can't afford it, oh, this and that. But you refuse to give civil servants their promotions and their increments and their raise, their proper raise and all of that. But you find yourself on a boat to sink it, voting unanimously to give yourselves a higher pay grade. So your civil servants in Nevis continue to suffer while you make sure that you continue to eat heavy and high of the treasury's hug, the trough of the treasury. And this is how you say thank you. This is how you repay your civil servants. I don't care about you. We don't care about you. Once we get paid. And you know, when you talk about these, you know what they say? They say you grudge, you jealous them. You jealous their salaries and what they're making. But now you're going to have a premier with the increase he will take home together with his Nevis Island administration salary. All of that and all the perks, $35,000 a month. And then you'll have the deputy premier, Eric Evelyn, with what he's getting now and his perks. That was almost what? That was $15,000, $17,000 before. And now with this increase, $20-something thousand. And then you have the deputy speaker, Latoya Jones, who is a special advisor to the premier. She's getting $8,000, $9,000 a month. And you add what she's going to get from Sinkis now with this increase. So close to $15,000 a month. And then you have the bull in the China shop, Alexis Jeffers. He's going to get that increase in the federal parliament. Then he's a so-called advisor to the premier. So you're talking about what? Another... Alexis is... You're right to laugh at us, Alexis. You're right to laugh because that's exactly what you're doing right now. So you're going to make $20,000 for someone who was rejected by the people just a year and a half ago to come back and make this on the backs of Nevisians and Kititians. We now move on to news out of St. Vincent. Officers at the Criminal Investigations Department in St. Vincent have opened an investigation into a report of wounding where it was alleged that a 14-year-old student of St. Martin's School in Kingstown cut another 14-year-old student on the right side of his neck with a razor blade. Preliminary investigations indicate that the incident occurred on Monday, February 19th at about 3 p.m. at the school's compound. Investigations into the report continue. A 14-year-old slashes the neck of another 14-year-old. Only yesterday or the day before, I said, what is going on? What is happening to our people? What is happening in this world, especially in the islands? And these teenagers, they're so angry. They're so bitter. What's going on in their homes? What is it? Why is everyone so angry? And finally, in our news this morning, the House Speaker, Sir Gerald Watt, QC, issued an apology to the House for his late arrival, attributing it to health issues. He revealed that he has been suffering from frozen shoulder in both arms, a condition that has severely impacted his daily life, making tasks like sleeping and dressing extremely challenging. Watt expressed his regret for the inconvenience caused by his health condition and asked for understanding from the members of the House. To manage his condition, Watt has had to adjust his daily routine, requiring more time to prepare for the day ahead. He mentioned that he has consulted with the Attorney General, and all this according to the Antigua local media, to prioritize the most important matters for discussion, deviating from the usual agenda to accommodate his health needs. Watt's 85, his announcement highlights the personal challenges faced by public figures and the need for flexibility in managing parliamentary proceedings. Members of the House, well, I'm not going to read that because this is just a press release, sounds like a government press release. Now, just one thing about this. I support Prime Minister Gaston Brown and all of that and what he's doing in Antigua. You know, there's some things that I do not support, but overall, I think that he's a very good leader. He's a great leader. But why would you want to have an 85-year-old still at the helm of your parliament? And I believe the gentleman, he has served well, a respected stalwart, an icon, you name it. And you give him his flowers while he's alive. But for goodness sake, man, he is 85 years old. I am sure that the leaders and the government of Antigua and Barbuda, that they can find someone else who's capable, willing, and physically capable to take on the task of Speaker. And it's no disrespect to Watts, just as Joe Biden. President Joe Biden is what, 81? And I'm totally against him running for office for a second term. I mean, come on, 85? Come on, gentlemen. Come on, Antigua and Barbuda. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our news for this morning. Thank you for joining me. It's been a great week, a very long week, actually. You know, I'm up from since 3 o'clock this morning. Do join me again on Monday morning for a similar presentation. Next Friday, we'll have a guest on THG News Today, and he'll join me for a discussion, and so we will have that. So have yourselves a safe and blessed weekend. Take care of yourselves. Have a good one.
Carl & Sons have been serving the people of St. Martin for over 40 years. And the food and service get better and better. From early morning, customers flock to the bakery for their favorite sandwiches, cakes, pastries, you name it. First thing at mornings and last thing at afternoons, folks rush to Carl & Sons for simply the best. There are 2 locations, Colbay and on the Punfill. In Colbay, the opening hours are Monday to Friday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. On Saturdays, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And on Sundays, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. Opening hours on the Punfill, Monday to Friday, 6:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday and Sunday, 6:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also cater for weddings, parties, special events, whatever the occasion. It's Carl & Sons. Our staff, we are always happy to serve you. Call us today, the Colbay location, 721-544-2462. That's 721-544-2462. Or in Phillipsburg, 721-543-1059. That's 721-543-1059. It's Carl & Sons Bakery. We are here to serve you.